What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video. Now shout out to the DoD, Disciples of Doom. And today's video I'm going to show you which vector you should be using in the game and why. There is only one vector SMG you should be using in this game. A lot of people do not understand this and a lot of people just don't know this. In my last vector build video, I think it was a striker hybrid, I was getting a lot of comments asking me about that weapon and how I was getting certain numbers. It is because that is the only vector in the game that will have these certain numbers. So if you think this is something interesting, sit back, relax, grab some popcorn, and hit the thumbs up. Support the channel, support the video. If you have any questions or comments down below at all, just let me know. And if you are new, just subscribe and ring that notification bell for more Division Universe content. But alright, so we are going to talk about the Vector. More importantly, it is the Vector SBR 9mm. Now, this is just a normal build. There is no Striker, no True Patriot, but I do have Intimidate and Adrenaline Rush. However, you can see that my Vector is at 53 rounds in the magazine. Now, just to compare that, here's the Dark Winter. We can compare them. Dark Winter has 45 rounds in the magazine. We can compare the, the Tactical Vector SBR 9mm. And you can see that magazine only has 39 bullets. And let's see, normal Vector SBR 45 ACP. Again, 45 rounds. It's still not as good. Now the normal Vector, you can see in the title, it does not say tactical. It just says Vector SBR 9mm. This is the only Vector in the game that will give you a baseline of 53 rounds per magazine. Now, if you were to change this up a bit, you can get some really cool numbers. So let's see, go back to my striker build I showed you guys a while ago. Here it is. Alright, so here we are with the Vector SBR 9mm, and now I have 1440 rounds per minute with 53 rounds in the magazine. So we can compare this to the other vectors. Again, here's the Dark Winter. The Dark Winter has a little bit more base damage, but it shoots slower and it has less bullets in the magazine. Go back to the other vectors. Tactical Vector SBR 9mm. It has a little bit more in the total damage, but way less in the magazine. So this is the only way to get these many bullets in this magazine for the Vector, is running the normal Vector SBR 9mm. Now what is really cool, and I'll make a build video on it later on, probably next week, is if you put 3 True Patriot with this Vector, you get up to 69 rounds per magazine. It says 68 right here, but as soon as you reload and put one in the chamber, you have 69 rounds per magazine in a Vector. This is insane, and a lot of people don't know about this. Now, if I were to compare this to the other ones, again, Dark Winter, you're missing 10 bullets, right? Tactical Vector, you are missing 18 bullets. Go to the Vector 45 ACP, you are missing 10 bullets. And you can just see how this Vector is the only one that will hold this many rounds per magazine, and you can just optimize, your damage wisely. Using this Vector is going to help you out. Say you're used to using the 45 ACP, I get it. We've all been there. I've made several build videos with the 45 ACP, but for some reason, this normal Vector SBR 9mm is the way to go. It's not the easiest to farm, so I would highly recommend figuring out where SMGs are for targeted loot and just farm. Keep farming. Now, I'm not sure if you can craft it. Let's see if you can craft it. But that is the vector you need to, seek out, farm, get it. Because a lot of people, they're scratching their heads. They're like, how do you have 53 rounds in a vector and you're not even running True Patriot? It's because of the type of vector I am using. Alright, let's see if we can craft one. SMGs. You can only craft the 45 ACP. So you cannot craft this vector. The only way to do it is to go through targeted loot. So for example, while I am making this video, targeted loot for SMGs, right here, in the open world in Southwest. This is the, the territory Southwest in Washington, D.C. If you do the open world activities here, so any of these red open world activities or control points, you should be able, to possibly get this vector. But again, I will show you one more time. This is the Vector SBR 9mm. If you compare it to the other ones, here's it side by side with the Dark Winter. Now a lot of people, they want the Dark Winter for the higher base damage, but it has less bullets. Now for my Vector 9mm, I have rate of fire on there, but I think the way to go would be damage to targets out of cover. Now, if you can't do damage to targets out of cover, the next best thing is damage to armor, and then the next best thing, in my opinion, would either be mag size or rate of fire. And my, my RNG, I got rate of fire, so I put Optimist on there. Optimist on a Vector is the way to go. You are blowing through that magazine, and you are getting that extra damage immediately. So using Optimist on a Vector with either high RPMs or high mag size is the way to go. So this is the Dark Winter compared. Here's the normal tactical Vector 9mm. Here's the Vector SBR 45. And you can just compare and see where this Vector SBR 9mm is the only one that has this high of a magazine size. In my opinion, this makes it more sought after than all the other vectors, because you like right here, 68 rounds, and if I put one in the magazine, I have 69 rounds. If you are running around with a vector that is hitting really hard and you have 69 rounds in the magazine, there is nothing you can't kill. And like, it's just a no-brainer. Now, a lot of people were asking me, how did you get your RPM so high? How did you get your mag size so high? And it's just based off of which vector you are using. Some of them have higher base value for the damage, and some of them have higher, mag size. So let's just look at that, 69 rounds in the magazine. So just shooting in the chest, 69 rounds. It just keeps going. It's just ridiculous. And you can see that DPS just creeps up every time I do it. It's ridiculous. And it's not like I'm going for headshots or anything. It's just 69 rounds of just pure pain. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. But alright, I just wanted to make a video on that. This is the only vector you should be using in the game, in my opinion. If you have a different opinion, let's hear it in the comment section below. I am open to all dialogues and conversations. So if you have a good reason why the other vectors are better, let me know and we can discuss it. But in my opinion, having a hard-hitting vector with a larger magazine is the way to go, in my opinion. You do not have to have rate of fire on there like mine is. That's just RNG. I would rather have damage to targets out of cover or damage to armor, obviously for the, the multiplicative damage. But rate of fire is good too, because now I'm shooting faster and I have a higher magazine than the other vectors. That's just, man, it's checking all the boxes off, in my opinion. But alright, get the normal Vector SBR 9mm. I'm Kamikazevondoom. Hope you enjoyed this short little video. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.